Got him. Bottom of the zone. Called third strike. Javier with 7 strikeouts. Strands the runner here in the 4th.
I really wish I could roll my R's so that I could properly say Christian Javier, my favorite Astro pitcher's nickname, El Reptil. How about that performance yesterday afternoon? You got a great performance from Framber Valdez on Tuesday night where he goes 8 innings, 12 strikeouts. Javier just had his first ace caliber performance of the year. Struck out the side in the first inning, including Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, who were a combined 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts against Christian. He had 6 innings pitched. He struck out 11, allowing just 3 hits, walking just 1, and the only 2 earned runs came after Hunter Renfroe hit a hanging slider into outer space. What the hell's up with Hunter Renfroe? 10 home runs? How is that happening? Whatever. It's fine. 24 whiffs on 46 Angels swings as your beloved Houston Astros took 2 of 3 from the L.A. Angels, despite Ryan Presley trying to impersonate Rafael Montero in the 9th inning. I almost confused the two. It got a little dicey at the end, but Presley was just doing a bit. What's going on, people? It is the Paul Gallant Show on this Thursday, May 11th of 2023, a show where we will discuss something the Houston Texans did that they didn't have to do, and the NFL schedule release. But we want to start with the Houston Astros. Sean, you can roll your R's, right? You know how to do it. You've taken perhaps a little bit of Espanol. Can you say El Reptil with a pronounced rolling of the R's?
El Reptil.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Let's go. One more time?
El Reptil.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Who says we don't have representation on the show? We have someone who can roll their R's, someone who can't. Boom.
That's what we do. That's what we do. So a little bit ago, I told you that I think the Astros are going to be in first place by the end of the month. And I nerded out last night. Bear with me. Should I start talking with like a nerd? Should I get out an abacus? Is that what those are called?
Yeah.
Get out one of those. Do a little math. Old school math. New school math with a TI-83.
TI-83 Plus, the one with games on it or whatever.
Yeah, those games were fantastic. There was a helicopter game before, Sean, your day, where you could bring smartphones into school. Like, that's all we had. That's all we had at school was the TI-83. And if we didn't have that, all we could do is basically put in the numbers 80085.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. Like that's what we did for entertainment before all these newfangled kids got all their technology. But the Astros just wrapped up a brutal month of baseball. They had 30 games, 18 on the road. All but 3 of the teams they played over that 30-game stretch are above 500. Those 3 teams that are below 500 are only a combined 5 games under 500. And on average, if you total all 10 of the teams that the Astros played, the Twins, Pirates, Rangers, Blue Jays, Braves, Rays, Phillies, Giants, Mariners, and Angels, they have a winning percentage of 56.6%. Over 162 games, that's around 92 wins. So they just played a month against an average of teams that are on pace for 92 wins. And they went 16-14 over the month. It's not what you're looking for, right? You would like more than that, but it's not bad considering all of the injuries that they are dealing with. Luis Garcia is going to be out for a while. We don't even know if he'll be back next year. Jose Urquidy, we're hoping he's back at the All-Star break. We have no idea what's going on with Lance McCullers. Chas McCormick seemed to have a setback. Jose Abreu is dealing something, but won't tell Dusty Baker what it is. Michael Brantley is getting sent back for evaluation. Jose Altuve hasn't played yet. Mauricio Dubon has a hamstring injury. I mean, they're dealing with a lot. I think Cesar Salazar was the only non-injured Astro that could have been played yesterday. And yet they took 2 of 3. So this is a glass half full look at the beginning of this Astros season. Obviously, you're disappointed that they're 19-18 and are only in third place. But I still believe that by the end of the month, they'll be back in first. Because coming up, they're playing some poop. It's a cupcake buffet on deck. White Sox stink. Cubs stink. 2 series against the A's and the Milwaukee Brewers, who have lost 8 of their last 10 but are still plus 500. I think they'll be first in the American League West by the end of the month. You feel differently, 713-780-3776 is how you call in. It's also how you text into the most interactive sports talk show in Houston. What else do we have to dissect from this series between the Astros and the Angels? Well, look, we are, as you heard from Sean Mapes, a multicultural show. But I think that sometimes people forget that appropriation can happen to anybody. And I'm a little bit offended by what the Los Angeles Angels do after every home run. They did it after the Hunter Renfroe home run, and they did it after the Shohei Ohtani home run in the 9th inning. Good God, Ryan Presley. They did it then, too. And I think that new era, the baseball hat narcs of baseball who have stepped in before when another team started wearing a big hat, I believe it was the Atlanta Braves, they've got to step in and stop something that can only be described as appropriation of white people. And that is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim wearing a giant samurai hat in their dugout whenever they hit home runs. That is appropriation of white culture. It is. Guys, you know I'm a big history buff. Have you seen the movie The Last Samurai? The Last Samurai Ever, based off of this historical documentary. He was white because everyone else died, so he was the last one. And yeah, he was a drunk Civil War guy before that, but if you know your history like I do, and one time in 10th grade, Mr. Fielding, my legendarily terrible history teacher, allowed us to watch The Last Samurai, which is also low-key a very good movie. That's what I know. I watched that movie in history class. Tom Cruise was the last samurai. And I don't like that the Angels are doing that. That is appropriation of white culture. By the way, you know what the best part of that movie is? The best part of that movie, which is still stuck in my head, and is something that I like to do whenever I go out for sushi to the poor servers, is to just yell sake like this.
Sake. Sake.
Sake! Anyway, I don't like that the Angels are appropriating white culture, okay? Tom Cruise was the last samurai. What else do we have to kind of go back and look at in this series? I really want someone in the bullpen to give me 100% faith every single time that he comes here, comes into the game. And one last thing. Like, you know I love Shohei Ohtani. Mike Trout is so unimpressive. So in this series between the Astros and Angels, Mike Trout, what is he, like a 5-time MVP? Greatest baseball player ever? The new Mickey Mantle? 2 for 12, 6 strikeouts. He's 253 batting against the Astros over his career. He has 138 strikeouts over 139 games. That is the most as far as strikeouts per game that he has against any team over his career. And since 2021, he's been 14 of 70 with 20 strikeouts against the Astros. Oof. Not good. And yet he's put on a pedestal.